Hi, it's Chloe. Welcome to my channel, The Focused Flow. We're here today to do a pick a card reading for what are your blocks? What are the things that are holding you back from stepping into your most optimum self, your divine alignment, what really is your purpose, your path, and your success. So we'll be touching on areas of what's in your mind, what's in your heart, what's in your body that is coming up for you, that needs to be looked at and healed, and then what's on the other side of that we'll have today too. So we have 4 different decks here, all kinds of good stuff inside, some of my favorites. So we have a beautiful rose quartz, so if that stone resonates with you, that will be deck number 1. We have this beautiful monatomic glass, which is known as an Anadras crystal, Smokey version, which is deck number 2. And then we have deck number 3 is a lovely Amethyst. And then we have deck number 4, which is Amazonite. So take a look, see which deck resonates with you, and then we're going to proceed with deck number 1. So thanks for joining me. Okay, so for deck number 1, with this beautiful rose quartz, and rose quartz represents self-love, self-worth, independence, really that pinnacle of what we feel is peace and a sense of wholeness within. So it's a beautiful representation of getting back to that place. One of my favorite crystals. Okay. So I'm using multiple decks here, and if that's something that you'd like me to put in the links below, I'm happy to. So let's get some cards out here. So I have Don't Overthink My Current Situation. I Do Not Cheat on My Future with My Past. Oh my gosh. And we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So overcoming a standstill. And we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. So it could be a third-party situation or not celebrating. We have the emotion of hateful and respectful. We have the shadow aspects of being robotic and vengeful. And we have invading. So let's start with that. So the biggest blocks that I'm seeing is a belief system that is about feeling stuck in the past, about, especially with this third-party card from Tarot in reverse, the celebration card. It feels like there's a sense of infidelity, feeling like you are not honoring your own desires, or that your desires haven't been honored in the past, and that other people will take advantage of you, or be disloyal to you. And there's been some serious heartbreak that's been coming up where you felt really debilitated, but you're moving through that now, and it feels like it's more of like a mental prison that you've been in for some period of time. And especially with this card, I don't overthink my current situation. There's a belief that you do, and that's why this block is coming up, and it's that you're procrastinating, and that's that sense of isolation and disappointment, and that's what feels like this broken heart, this heart being crushed by this infidelity, or this not following your own dreams and your own desires. It could be based on a relationship in the past, whether that be romantic or even abandonment, and what here feels like rejection, emotional distance, a lack of emotional intimacy from early childhood, and then it says hostile, vengeful, and spiteful. So those are the energies that are coming up for you that you're moving through right now. This deck resonates with you, that are where your blocks are currently. And it feels like there's also this wanting to be respectful, so you're not sharing how you're feeling with people, that you have this pain, that it would be a burden to people if you let that aspect out. And so this robotic block that's coming up, it feels like you're very much going through the motions and being very consistent in your behavior, although you're going through what feels like an emotional roller coaster right now. And there's this energy, what feels like jealousy, that's tied to vengefulness, of like comparison and competition, that's coming up as well. And it feels like there's some obsession that's happening, because we have this invading card with this piercing eye. And it definitely feels like rather than focusing on your own goals and your own desires, you've been kind of really worried about what other people think about you, and wanting to maintain this image that everything's okay and that you have it all together and that you have a solid plan. But it feels like you're really feeling quite lost and overwhelmed, and you know that you want to move forward. It feels like you want to step into spiritual entrepreneurialism. It feels like you really have this desire to have serenity and to rejoice into your life and to bring in this new level of prosperity and abundance, but you're feeling like you're in this standstill. So let's pull some more cards. So we have Egypt, so definitely past life related. It feels like as well too, so past life regression might be in order, doing some belief work. And we have the archetype of the alchemist, so of course, it's about creating what you want instead of living through for somebody else. So it's really like the misuse of your power and knowledge that it comes through a spiritual practice, through the shadow component. We also have get grounded. Yeah, so it definitely feels like you've been in this mental prison and you're not able to move forward because you've been in this place. So there is a lot of divine orchestration that's helping, and behind the scenes in this right now, it feels like this is what's, that fuel to the fire has been forging you into this beautiful, powerful person that's here to change the world and shift the consciousness of mankind. Definitely feels like you have a really big purpose, and you've been training for this for lifetimes. And that these blocks are what feel like temporary. So let's see what else we have here. We have hearing messages from spirit. Yeah, so it feels like your clairaudience has been blocked recently, like you haven't been taking action with that procrastination because you've been stuck in the past and seeing this past life energy coming in. That makes total sense. We also have laugh at your demons. Oh, wow. Okay, so it definitely feels like you have what feels like painful things coming up from the past emotionally, this hate energy. So we also have shift your energy. I can't make this up. How funny. So it's really more of a mindset is what I'm hearing. It's a belief system, several beliefs and fragmented emotions that are keeping you right now. Heighten your vitality. So it definitely feels like you can move through some of these self-imposed blocks by focusing on your physical health and well-being is what I'm hearing right now. And so the honorable warrior is what feels like is coming forward to bring in abundance for you. And so as I take stand for positive change, brave, courageous, strong, passionate, bold, hardworking, territorial, athletic, competitive, decisive, heroic, loyal, disciplined, and action-driven. So actually, I love this, the culmination of everything that's on the table that we discussed is really what the benefactor situation is. So once you move through these blocks, these limiting beliefs, these unprocessed emotions, which we'll dig into more specifically in a moment, you're really going to bring forward your life's purpose and what you're here to do, which is essentially through this passionate, bold, hardworking, disciplined, loyal person, and take action. And that's the opposite of everything that's going on for you right now. You've been in a standstill out of fear of getting a broken heart, out of some past hate energy from what feels like betrayal that's coming up, and it's affecting your physical health. Definitely feels like it's related to, swelling, issues in your legs and your joints, inflammation in general, bowel and digestional tract issues, skin issues, things that are causing inflammation in the body that you're seeing right away. And it's just going through the motions, worrying about what other people think. It's keeping you from that, because this really takes a rebel. This card, to be the honorable warrior, feels like it really takes a lot of focus and determination and investing in yourself. And that definitely feels like that's been your struggle is moving forward. And so let's get some clarity. Let me grab my tarot deck. So why does deck 1, why do you have these blocks? What's keeping you from moving forward? Keeping you from improving your physical health. Let's start with that. So clarify heart to physical health. Ah, yes, divorce. It feels like you are recovering from a divorce or a serious, significant breakup. This is tumultuous time from a relationship that just you gave everything to, more than you had to give, and in order to pursue your own awakening process, your higher self led you to leave that relationship. Whether you left or you were left, it's left you heartbroken, and that's definitely brought up some vengeful, spiteful energies. It feels like it was really quite toxic, and the process of it too was quite heartbreaking. It feels like you're still moving through that right now, and that's why your physical health is so impacted by this. So what can you do to improve this right now? So it definitely feels like there's some aspects of being a visionary that are coming through, and it's really bringing that visionary, honest truth forward. Being respectful, yes, but fundamentally, you do have things to celebrate. You can move yourself out of this mental prison at any point, and it does definitely feel like you need to move through the past and let that heartbreak go, because and bring some joy and play into your life, because that's really what your guides are telling you, is this hearing the messages from spirit. Smooth table. Is write yourself some love notes, write some affirmations. Pay attention to animal totems and signs for guidance. There's some beautiful feathers and butterflies and flowers, and these feel like things that will definitely raise your vibration, that will help you move through this as well. So definitely feels like there needs to be some clearing in relation to past life. So if you've looked at past life regression, I do have a guided meditation for past life regression that I offer for free in my group on Facebook, Ignite Your Light, and I will include the link and the MP3 in this video. So I definitely listen to this meditation. It will help you move through this. Whatever suppressed emotions and belief systems are in this lifetime will come up, and you can replace them with optimum instead. And let's get some clarifiers as well about how you can shift your energy. Yes, so you're releasing toxic habits with the devil in reverse. It feels like sexual toxicity, almost like an addiction in relation to the relationship that you had, that marriage. There were some really big imbalances on the sexual front, and it feels like it became kind of that obsessive piece in future relationships or current relationships that you have had a component of obsession, because for you to get to this intimacy place that you were, it feels like you've used sex as a gateway into love, and the new relationships that you've started since haven't lasted because you tried to use that same methodology, and it left you feeling rejected again, which brought up that inner hate that you've had that's coming up for you right now. So it feels like in order to really honor yourself, you got to get grounded and spend some time outside, and really work with transforming your base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Is the light attribute of the alchemist, which is fundamentally who you are right now. You're transforming your lead into gold, and that's going to get you exactly where you want to be. So I definitely hope that resonates. So let's do a little bit of clearing work for you too, and this is something that I offer as well. If you take a look at my links in my bio, I help people shift beliefs and move through suppressed emotions. It's one of the aspects of my purpose work that I absolutely love. I'm a spiritual counselor and a mentor, in addition to a guide. So repeat after me. Anywhere and everywhere where I'm holding on to the belief that I cannot move forward in my future without bringing my past with me, I am willing to release and let that go. Just say yes. Are you willing to instill what's most optimum for you, what source or creator has originally intended for you, the most optimum perspective and definition instead? Just say yes. Are you willing to instill the most optimum beliefs and emotions to support this unfoldment now? Just say yes. And anywhere and everywhere where there's resistance to that, are you willing to release and let that go? Yes. Okay. And it feels like we have a clearing statement for the past life too. So anywhere and everywhere where you re-experiencing karma, oaths, vows, contracts, past life energies now that are no longer serving you or one and all for the highest and best good. Are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Are you willing to receive all the lessons and blessings as they originally intended now, with no longer having to physically reenact this karmic cycle in any lifetime, past, present, or future? Just say yes. Are you willing to pass this healing and clearing onto your children, onto your ancestors, and to all if it applies in the most optimum way? Just say yes. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. Okay, that sounds good. So what I definitely see that moving forward for you is this sense of peace and clarity and being able to take action and really to bring in your courageous aspects. You're really, your own hero. You're rescuing yourself. You're saving yourself. And there was also this belief that's tied to this that you are waiting to be saved. I definitely see that that's shifting now because you're pulling in all of your intuitive gifts, your guidance, your inner guidance, your connection to source is leading and guiding you. And you are getting really clear messages. It's a matter of you taking action on them and listening to them. So it's about journaling your dreams. It's about, meditating and spending time with source and taking action on the divine guidance that you receive. It feels like it's coming in an audible way, but it also feels like you're getting it from nature signs and animal totems. You might notice like butterflies, flowers, horses, birds specifically are going to have aspects for you. And what's the outcome of this? So it feels like inner conflict is coming to an end and you being isolated with the Hermit in reverse. And the Five of Swords is that you're really going to be able to take momentum. The conflict is resolved, especially after this clearing and you doing this past life guided meditation. Spending some time outside, doing some affirmation work, you're really going to move through that. And it definitely feels like you're going to be releasing your burdens as well, so you can bring in this new commitment to yourself. And as this new commitment to yourself with the Hierophant comes in, you're going to be able to bring in this new intuitive beginning. Essentially with the moon, you faced your fears, which is beautiful. Okay, wow, well, that was a powerful reading. That's so awesome. Thanks so much. Okay, so let's get to deck number 2. So thank you. Okay, and so deck number 2 was this beautiful Anadras crystal, which is known as monatomic glass. It's very rare. It's only found in volcanic sites, and it has a really unique mineral composition that includes gold in it, and it's considered a very galactic intuitive crystal. Pleiadians, star seeds, and people that are really into that aspect in the spiritual realm have a strong connection to them. Okay, so what are the blocks for deck number 2? So we have I honor my body's needs. Okay, and we have new choices bring results. So it feels definitely like healthy patterns and changing lifestyle, exercise, diet, etc. is really important. So we have the Six of Swords, so there's definitely some emotional turmoil. There haven't been calm waters in a while. The Sun is in reverse, so there's a definite lack of happiness. It feels more like misery. Definitely feeling trapped, feeling caged. You're probably a Leo or a fire sign. See, guilt, so it feels like where you were disloyal to yourself. Self-betrayal is what I'm hearing, especially with food. This dog's eating something he shouldn't be. So it's definitely about self-sabotage with food. Might have some issues with obesity or bulimia or anorexia, just food disorders is what I'm seeing. Silence, so it feels like it's a silent prison that you've created for yourself. You don't talk about it, and it's something that you've internalized and maybe you're not even aware of. And warning, it feels like you, this to me almost looks like an esophagus, like you've, had some physiological precursors from what's happening with what you're doing with your body. Excuses, and it feels like you're justifying how you're self-betraying and treating yourself the way that you are physically mentally and emotionally about it. Past life related, it feels like farm is of course related to food, so you're bringing this energy in as well too. So it may have to do with feeling indebted or in service, and shame is what I'm hearing around too. And so when it comes to the archetype, it's the angel. So feeling innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with your angelic guidance. So it feels like you're confused between your intuition and your ego about what's healthy for you right now. And the Pleiades, which is so funny because that's the crystals from the Pleiades, and I was just talking about that. I love the synchronicities. It's a double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So it feels like so many of us in modern society and culture have challenges with our body images and our eating behaviors and habits because of what's produced in that society. And it feels like it's your story that's going to be what you bring in for your aspect of your purpose, and these blocks are helping you step into your purpose and really look at your story and what you can do to share with others. We also have the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? And it definitely feels like an old way of being, almost like it's a crutch or a band-aid or even a soothing aspect that makes you feel safe in what you're doing. And your old way of being is, keeping you comfortable, even knowing it's toxic and it's harmful to your health. It's what you've done before. And so when we make changes to things we haven't done before, it brings up that inner part of us that's very much that fight or flight from, that prehistoric time when we were indoctrinated to run from things that were new because it meant that we could die. So it's this life-saving, precursor that comes up that gets triggered in us when we make changes that tries to keep us in our old patterns of doing things the same way. And I see that's what you're coming up against is kind of this, deep animalistic factor. So breaking barriers. I'm expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. So there's definitely some light being shined on some new growth here. It feels like, these old patterns, these old pathways to get what you needed emotionally, physically, and mentally aren't serving you anymore and are getting broken down right now. Strengthen your gift. So it's definitely about your story and your intuition coming through. I feel like that's this connection to your body, that when you release the cellular memory of pain and trauma that's coming up, that's past life related specifically, and with the belief systems that you don't honor your body and that you don't bring in new choices, that you're going to make a lot of intuitive connections to your body after you heal this cellular connection. So let love be your beacon. So it feels like you're moving through like body hatred or body shame specifically, and you're learning how to love yourself and be in service. And so yes, this is all about sharing your story and sharing your message is part of your purpose, and it's also part of the blocks that are coming up for you. It feels like your blocks are revealing your purpose, and you might have been wondering what it's been, and so this is directly correlated to what's coming up for you, and it feels like you've handled a lot of the mental aspect of this. I definitely see that you've handled a lot of the emotional aspect as well too, but it feels like the physical body changes are what you need to make and how you're handling your self-sabotage patterns and behaviors with what you're doing with food. And it may not be as extreme as some of the things I mentioned. It could, just be, you drinking celery juice on a regular basis, and then one day you decide to binge eat popcorn and ice cream, and you're not sure why. And it looks like it comes from this emotional turbulence of feeling unhappy and feeling trapped and guilt coming up, like you can't speak your truth because you're so worried about what other people are going to think, what you look like, and what you say, what you do, and your actions, that it's keeping you from really moving forward into what you desire, and that's to be of service. Absolutely, you desire to be of service, but you have to tell your story to be of service, is what I'm hearing, and you haven't been able to share your story because you've got one foot in one world and one foot in another, so there's this new growth that's coming through, but there's also the death of the old. So you're in the middle of this beautiful transformation where you're moving from these darker, lower vibrations to these beautiful high light energies that are of the highest order of vibration and unconditional love, and that's stepping in for you to be of service. Beautiful. The engineer. So every problem has a solution. So what you're going to be able to achieve once you move through healing and clearing these blocks and these limits, these things that have been challenging you, past life related to. Curious, productive, technical, hardworking, focused, creative, competent, practical, competitive, decisive, determined, analytical, adventurous, and generous. So it definitely feels like you're stepping into a new way of being and reprogramming minds is what I see here. You're going to be helping people really understand the mental blocks that keep them from moving forward to living the life of their dreams. And it feels like you come up with solutions that haven't been invented yet. It definitely feels like you have this creative component to you that's really quite beautiful and powerful, that's going to be led to you through your intuition as you move through these blocks and release these beliefs, and as you make these healthy, long-term, lasting changes with your body. And it definitely feels like incorporating exercise, something that's low impact, that's fun, if that's bike riding, or going to a cycle class, or if that's swimming, or if that's yoga, whatever that may be. It might even be like weightlifting or boxing, but something that just is joyful for you is going to help you transform the way that you see your body and the feelings that you have towards your body, because it's really more so than what it looks like, is what I'm hearing, is what it's really how you're feeling towards your body. And it's this deep repressed shame with your relationship with food, and it is impacting how you receive your intuition and how it comes through for you, because I feel like you have more gifts available to you than what you're utilizing, specifically because the amount of toxic thoughts and emotions and energies in relation to food in your body that are coming up for you, and they're keeping you in this cycle of feeling trapped in your body and unhappy with the emotions that keep replaying, which is guilt and shame, and like you can't speak up about it, or you won't be heard about it, or it's not okay to talk about it. So anywhere and everywhere where you're holding on to the belief that you make bad choices and that you don't honor your body's needs, are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Are you instead willing to replace it with Creator's most optimum definition and perspective now? Just say yes. Are you willing to instill whatever beliefs and emotions are necessary for you to shift and unfold this process now in the easiest and highest best way? Just say yes. And anywhere and everywhere where you're resisting making these changes, are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Yeah, that's so heavy. Anywhere and everywhere where you're still holding on to guilt and feeling trapped in your body and like you can't break through and won't receive the lessons and blessings that you need, and that you will not be of service, and you will continue to make excuses for yourself, are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Deep breath. And anywhere and everywhere where you have oaths, vows, karma, contracts, past life energies that's coming into this lifetime, keeping you from moving forward, that's replaying, are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Are you instead willing to release it, all its energetic charge, for everyone that's most optimum for it to be released for, and receive all the lessons and blessings it was originally intended to create now? Just say yes. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see what's coming in for you. Now that we've done that clearing work. Oh, we had a couple pop out. Well, I don't even guess I need to finish shuffling all this thing that popped out. Wow. Okay. So we have the moon, and we have it in the reverse, so your illusions are gone, which is awesome. So you definitely know the truth of your intuition, and the devil in reverse, so you've ended your toxic patterns and behaviors. They're coming to cycle close. And you're going to be able to take action because the hangman is in reverse. So the things that were keeping you feeling stuck is that you're going to be able to move forward. And so the outcome, beautiful. We have the Eight of Wands, which is clear communication, which is the opposite of silence. So you're going to be able to share your story, and it's going to unfold for you, and it's just going to happen naturally, one step at a time through your intuition. So that's really beautiful. So definitely glad we're able to help you move through some of those blocks. So if you would like to work with me, take a look at my bio. I have many guided meditations that I offer that are available to do some clearing work, and I do help people on a one-on-one basis as well. Okay, well, thanks so much. I hope that resonated with you. I really appreciate you. So please feel free to click the bell, subscribe. I'm going to be doing more card readings for clearing and many different other types. I'm also direct, intuitive, and really enjoy not using cards and just tapping right in for people as well too. So that's really how I started. Okay, well thank you. I look forward to seeing you again, and take a look at these other decks as well if something resonates for you there. So we're going to move on to deck number 3. Okay. So beautiful. Deck number 3 had our lovely Amethyst, and Amethyst is amazing. And so it definitely feels like there's a lot of intuition blocks that are coming up right now, and maybe even sleep. Feels like a lack of clarity when it comes to which way to move forward and which advice to listen to and to trust. That's what I'm getting with that beautiful crystal. Okay, so I learned the way on the way. Got it. So I definitely feel like there's some feeling like you don't have enough achievement or certification or qualification that's coming up for you with some of your blocks. My life gets better by change, not by chance, and it feels like there's fear around changing is what's coming up. Two of Pentacles. So it feels like there's been an imbalance, and like you're learning how to balance right now, but you still feel kind of upside down, is what I'm hearing. And Two of Wands, so not knowing which choice to make, so you're stand still. And emotionally, resentment is coming up, being resentful and excited at the same time, because you can feel this new beginning coming in, this change and this momentum, but you're not moving with it. And your shadow aspect is disillusioned, so you're kind of living in a dream world instead of what's tangible and reality-based. Sellout, which I actually got yesterday in another reading, so this was related to the energy of what felt like prostitution, and not literally per se by any means, but feeling like you care more about what people think and what people say, and what people think of you, more so than what you want to do and what your heart's desires are. Like almost a sense of approval and validation comes from how they will perceive you and the changes that you make, and that's why you haven't made them yet. And judgmental, so yeah, fearing other people's judgment is what I'm hearing specifically. Past life related, galactic, so stepping into that really expansive part of yourself, the vast universe within you that's filled with bright ideas and divine guidance. It feels like that is what's on the back burner. And we have Knight for the archetype, which is allegiance to destructive ruler and principles. So romantic disillusions. Okay, well, disillusions is another card already there. So it's definitely about serving someone else's purpose and not your own. So if you're working, as a corporate director or in this, big position that's important at work, or you feel like you're important or valued, or you've been referred to that way, and you've had some hesitation leaving because you've got this comfy position where there's a lot of valor and what feels like victory, and there's complacency because you're comfortable, leaving that to kind of reach your hopes and your dreams that you're excited about. You're worried about people being resentful, and that's what's keeping you from moving forward and getting balanced, is this fear of change, and that you have to know what you're going to do and how you're going to get there before you take the leap. And there's some beliefs that that's not true that are coming up, especially with this disillusion, because your intuitive guidance is telling you how to heal these and how to move forward. And it's really a concern about people being resentful. Okay, what else do we have here? We have don't dim to fit in, of course, right? So it's about shape-shifting and wearing a mask and pretending you're something you're not, so that way other people keep smiling, and at the end of the day you're unhappy. Okay, inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So yeah, it's about following your heart's desires and dreams, and you're really clear on what they are. I definitely feel like you want to work for yourself. I feel like you have all the skills and abilities, and that you're very talented, and that you've been training for this, and you've got a lot of experience under your belt. You're very, very experienced, and but you're colorful, and you have a flair and panache, and people just kind of revere you in a lot of ways. But it's the inner restriction and fear that is coming up about people resenting you and being offended and bitter, It's like them being indignant with you is keeping you from moving forward, and that's where you're selling out. Expecting miracles. Okay, so yeah, there's a place where you don't believe that miracles can happen. It feels like you feel stuck. And ask with sincerity. So it feels like, you're having challenges communicating what you really want, what you really need, what you really deserve, and what you desire from that heart-centered place. Like you're not speaking from your heart. You're speaking from this place of this disillusionment that what they feel about me is more important than what I feel about me. So as long as I get their approval and their validation, everything's good. But at the end of the day, that's not how you're feeling. You're feeling resentful that you're putting them before you, and you're losing your excitement because you're feeling stuck. What else do we have here? Losing your momentum, should I say? Show your support. Got it. So what I see there is that your divine guidance is showing you like how to reach your heaven on earth, how to reach your goals and your dreams, and what you just need to take a little bit of action at a time towards them, towards the new growth that's coming in for you, and focusing on them. And when you put in that one little step forward with the, moving towards what you want, what you desire, these blocks are going to dissolve on their own, is what I'm hearing. You're going to allow that resentment to come up. It feels like you're really very emotionally in tune and stable, and that you're able to process your own emotions, and you know how to feel and how to heal. You've been doing this healing work for a while, is what I'm hearing. But this is just a little bit of this fragment that's coming up. So showing your support is listening to your divine guidance and allowing Source and Creator to help you to unfold these miracles in your life, right? And it's really just about you taking those action steps that you've been guided to stay excited, to follow your heart. Don't dim to fit in. And it's really about tapping into that third eye. It feels like you're very clairvoyant, allowing the visions that you're getting to be your goals, to be what you plan to bring to fruition. And, it's about being loyal and committed to yourself. And that's what's going to bring you the romance. That's what's going to bring you your self-love. That's what's going to bring you honor and what you see as chivalry, what you see as this, I have it all. I have the whole universe here. I have everything I could ever ask for, and that's what's coming in as you clear these. And we have clear endeavor. So you know exactly what you're supposed to do. And it definitely feels like this beautiful new beginning, and it definitely feels like love is tied to this too. Like you're going to have a collaboration with a loved one as you move through these blocks. And these feel like they're from early childhood as well as like walking on eggshells and tiptoeing. It feels like mom energy, feminine energy specifically, where she was the one that was very emotionally volatile or loud or outspoken, and it was easier to be quiet and to repress what you desired to keep from triggering that experience from making your mom unhappy. The feminine energy in your life, this could be a dad with a feminine energy, but definitely seeing a woman, so it feels like that. And because of those fears, you've seen her as the authority figure in your early childhood, and everyone else that has a feminine energy, whether they're masculine or not, that you're putting in an authority role, or you're dimming how you really feel to make sure that their needs are met and that their emotional stability is present. Because when people are emotionally volatile around you, is when you clam up and you stop living for you and you start living for them, and that's where you sell out because you have a fear of their judgment, because it was quite painful, is what I'm hearing. And we have what you will be as you clear these beautiful blocks that are making you and forging you into who you are now, is I co-create to create. Cooperative, receptive, connective, supportive, curious, empathic, responsible, insightful, accepting, inclusive, reliable, and co-creative. How beautiful, collaborating with the moon. So you can create the world. You get to recreate the world. You get to shift these paradigms, and you get to teach unity. And this feels like what your purpose is to bring the world together, this divine feminine energy, to shift this wounded masculine paradigm. and to help people learn how to communicate from their hearts, and to help people learn how to heal their emotions, and step into what unconditional love really is, and to bring that universally across the world. And that's so beautiful, and it feels like you're right on track for that. So it feels like there's just 2 small fragments of beliefs that you need to work on. The rest feels like you already know how to handle it, and you're well on your way, and your intuition's going to guide you to healing that yourself. But what I'm getting is about your pathway. So, and I channeled this directly, so just so you guys know. Straight from source. Anywhere and everywhere where you're holding on to the belief that it's not safe to learn along the way, that change means taking a chance that's not guaranteed, are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Instead, are you willing to replace it with Creator's most optimum definition and perspective for you instead, instilling the most optimum beliefs and emotions to support its unfolding now? Just say yes. Anywhere and everywhere where you have resistance to this, are you willing to release that and let it go? Just say yes. Deep breath. Are you willing to align with your most optimum self now? Your divine joy blueprint. What Creator originally intended you to be. What you divinely chose to co-create and become. Just say yes. Beautiful. Aww. You guys, you have such amazing energy. You're so powerful. Like, I feel like you're probably part of the Twin Flame group is what I'm hearing. Starseeds, galactic light workers, the old souls, you know, really, really ancient beings, and very wise, you know. It feels like you're here to really teach how to be authentic, and helping shift what we step into in this next generation. How beautiful is that? You definitely have these things to work on, but you've come so far, and you're a teacher. You're definitely a teacher in so many lights, and a mentor for so many, and you're going to be unfolding love and abundance and your happiness as you move through this. So I'm so excited for you. If I can be of service to you, take a look at my bio if you'd like to book a reading. If you would like to, work with me on helping you heal some blocks, I'm happy to do that too. Whatever comes up. I'm multifaceted, just like you. So any way I can support you on your journey, I would love to. It's part of my purpose, and absolutely it makes me feel fulfilled. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. So we are on to our final deck, deck 4. And this is Amazonite. And this is very much about peace and tranquility and speaking your truth, being able to maintain a calm and cool demeanor. So it definitely feels like what's coming up clockwise to work on. So first we have situations don't hurt, expectations do. Okay, gotcha. So asking about other people's expectations and what's coming up feels like where you're concerned about how people view you. I feel abundant and have a rich life now. So definitely there's some lack and scarcity coming up, but it feels like there's gratitude for what you do have, but there's fear about what you don't see. And you're healing a broken heart. I definitely see this broken heart as your block right now. And frivolously spending money. Feels like it's kind of a toxic self-sabotage pattern. Once it comes in, it goes out, which makes sense about the abundance piece. And I don't look at these cards before I get them, guys. I do the group pile with the intentions that whatever comes out is the optimum for one and all. And yeah, regret about how you've spent money for sure. Definitely see that right now. And there's also hopeless. So it's feeling like there's no way to change this. Like that it's stuck. There's nothing you can do different. And yeah, where you're disempowering yourself. Whew. These are kind of heavy energies, and where you feel cowardly, like, no one can help you and you don't know where to turn. And you're in pain over it. Yeah, there's shame around it. Absolute shame is what I'm hearing. And the past life energy is biblical. Okay, well that makes so much sense, because that's very much the paradigm, the martyr aspect of the healers, and I'm sure you're a healer. We're all healers, especially those of you that are watching this, as I'm an intuitive spirit guide and life coach. Ultimately, we have this notion that we need to become martyrs or to sacrifice, and that comes from many lifetimes where we lived where we had to, so there's belief around that. So I definitely feel like we're going to be doing some clearing there today. And the archetype card for you is exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. So it's about receiving money for being of service. So how many massage therapists and, intuitives and tarot readers and, shamans, healers, acupuncturists actually receive what they're worth. And it has everything to do with what they believe that they're worth. So if that's coming up for you and that resonates, it makes sense to me. Okay, so Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I love this. So synchronistic. I just said that about the biblical card. That's so awesome. So, yes, the blocks are clearly past life related to this healer paradigm, whether that was being a witch or a component of, a shaman where you used herbs, or a traditional medicine man or woman, biblically, where you were somebody that healed, we bartered back then. And so the giving and receiving energy, or even in the Native American tribes, was different. We had a role, we had a home, we had a place, and our services for helping others heal were just a byproduct of living in the community, and our needs were met. We had food provided and shelter, but there was no actual energy currency exchange. So this is something we're learning how to do in this lifetime, yet we're bringing in these energies that are keeping us in that kind of paradigm of not really receiving a tangible amount, because this Western society of capitalism didn't exist, right? So we're unfamiliar with this, and so it doesn't compute on a soul energetic level. All right, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And so, like I said, it feels like this turn and burn of money. As soon as it comes in, it goes out. And it feels like with broken heart, you're regretful about how you spent money and disempowered in yourself. And there's a lot of pain over it. And it's not having boundaries with yourself around money is what I'm hearing about. You love luxury, and that's all fine and well, but it feels like, you're not prioritizing paying your bills. And it feels like, you're constantly obsessing about when more money is going to come in. I do see you making healthy changes of, like, when you're spending money, you're being grateful that you have it to spend, and that you've been doing a lot of mindset work on this for some time. But it feels like that there's new boundaries that are coming up as you're healing this broken heart, and this past life energy that's coming up, so you can really step into your abundant lifestyle, because you have expectations that you're going to continue to burn money. And continue to be in pain, because this is many layers deep. This is many lifetimes deep. And it feels like that's why you feel so stuck. Igniting courage. I'm strong, valiant, and courageous. So yeah, this is where you're feeling cowardly, the opposite of that, right? So it's about stepping into this energy and allowing it to unfold, but having to unbind yourself and create boundaries at the same time. So it's really total transformation that you're going through with your finances and your money world. It feels like you're one foot in the old way of being and one step into the new way of being. It feels like you've had new money come in and you're handling it differently. But as soon as your self-sabotage pattern or trigger comes up, you go back into that old pattern of overspending. Make necessary sacrifices. Oh gosh, guys, I love this. Of course, wasn't I just saying that we had to make sacrifices biblically, past life-wise? Of course. So you believe that you have to sacrifice, right? Like that you can't hold on to money at the end of the day. And our view of money is our connection to how we really feel about love. So if you believe, that you have to make sacrifices, it believes you have to sacrifice your heart, right? Which is why you have this broken heart, because how we see love is how we see money. So if we truly love ourselves, we're truly abundant, and we see that in our physical lives. But if we feel like we're broken, or that, we have to give more than we receive, which is what a broken heart is, right? Feeling empty, feeling shattered, incomplete, is what's going to show up, where we don't have enough resources financially, is when we're feeling that way emotionally. And so when we have belief systems that will be hurt, and if we have money, we'll be hurt, or people will take it away. So it's better for me to get rid of it before anyone can hurt me and take it away, which is pain and, cowardly way to keep you in the same cycle. And it's definitely why you're regretful and feeling hopeless. Like you're lost in your emotions, right? This boat's going under. and these sails look like blades, and you have this broken heart here. So it feels like you've got a lot of pain from past lives of being a martyr in a lot of ways. Vulnerability, right? So not feeling safe, not feeling secure, and that's really our root chakra, right? And fundamentally what money is in reference to is our presence from the gate as children, our family patterns, our ancestors' patterns about how we're feeling about ourselves. And so if you're not feeling safe in your body or in your mind or in your heart or in your soul, it's definitely going to physically manifest that way. And that's what's coming up. Like money comes in and it goes out, and it feels like there was even times when you're really in a scarcity lack mindset earlier in your life where money was hard to come by, and now it feels like it's here, but as soon as you get it, it's gone. And that's what we need to clear today. And that's what is coming up for you to work on for your own blocks as well too. Inner truths, right? So there's somewhere where you're not telling yourself the truth. There's somewhere that you're keeping dark, lying to yourself, and intentionally not looking at an aspect of you. Feels like a really deep wound, and with this pain card and cowardly, like it's one of the most painful wounds that you have. And you've been doing this work for a while. I definitely feel like you've done a ton of healing, and money's been the last thing on your list. It was originally your first, but it feels like Source led you to work on your emotions and your mind first, and now money is like the final aspect component, because it's really about your connection to yourself, your self-worth, how you see yourself. And it's the most important piece, so save the best for last, right? So, so inner truth, I feel like you're going to have some new breakthroughs and new growth that's going to be coming in for that. And what's going to be unfolding for you once you've addressed these things is the Merchant. Opportunities to prosper are everywhere. Logical, discerning, flexible, financial, psychologically creative, communicative, soul, social, brilliant, quick, evaluative, technologically inventive. How funny. I love this. I don't look at these cards beforehand, guys, but the fact that this is all themed about abundance and money is just incredible. I love how Source works, and I'm just a messenger, but it's just so incredible to me. I think it's so awesome. So yeah, like here's your money tree, right? Like here's an example of the beliefs that you have. We're told when we're kids, like money doesn't grow on trees, right? But at the end of the day, money's made from paper, and paper's made from trees. And look at this money tree, right? So it's showing you that there's misbeliefs, right, around money. So that you have a lot of collective consciousness beliefs around money is what I'm hearing, that are keeping you feeling stuck, that aren't true, that are keeping you in like this 3D paradigm of lack. That's not really what the truth is, because you can have this infinite abundance, and you're desiring of it and deserving it, and you're intended to have it in this lifetime. And it feels like this is one of the final pieces of your learning, your higher learning, and unfolding God's will for you, or Source's will, or universe's will, whatever you want to call that. So it feels like there's some work that we can do together as well. But if you'd like to dig into this, because this has been a huge thing for me as well personally, I'd love to help you. So you're welcome to book a session with me. I help do healing and clearing work in depth for each individual person, but I'm also going to do some in this reading for you. Just a few things that I'm getting that are really going to help make positive shifts. So, I'd love your feedback. Please leave me some comments. I'd definitely love you to subscribe and see what else is coming forward, so I can help you with these things in the future as well too. So, and I channel these messages straight from Source. I always set that intention and prayer before I begin, that whatever comes forward is for the highest and best good for one and all. So, what I'm hearing is we need to clear these first. So, anywhere and everywhere where you're holding on to the belief that you'll be hurt, listening to the expectations of others, and not following through on the expectations of yourself, are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Anywhere and everywhere where you do not feel like you are living an abundant and rich life, are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Anywhere and everywhere where you are holding on to past life energies, vows, oaths, contracts, related to the biblical timelines, filled with pain where you've disempowered yourself, feeling regretful and hopeless, and that you can't hold on to money, and then it comes out as fast as you get it because of heartbreak. Are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Anywhere and everywhere where you need to instill healthy boundaries, the most optimum boundaries, belief systems and emotions instead. Are you willing to do that? Just say yes. Anywhere and everywhere where you're out of alignment with your highest and best good for one and all, out of alignment from your most optimum self. Are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Are you willing to instill what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what it is like to be abundant and prosperous? To unfold Source's will for you without expectation. To trust the process. To feel hopeful and certain in your own faith that you will be successful, that you are successful, that you are worthy, that you know the truth. The truth will be told and shared. Just say yes. Anywhere and everywhere where you're holding on to the belief that you must make sacrifices, that love is sacrifice. Are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Are you willing to instill what it feels like to be unbound, to know how to help others, to know how to help yourself, to know how to hold on to money, to know what equal flow and reciprocity is of money and love now? Just say yes. Anywhere and everywhere where that's not what you're experiencing or that you're resisting, are you willing to release and let that go? Just say yes. Yes. Amen. That's awesome. Wow, that was powerful, guys. That was so, wow. Like, that's a big one. That's really big. And it feels like your purpose is so beautiful. And your energy feels so clear and calm now. I'm so excited for you because this feels like, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are in tears. This has been huge for so many of us, especially as healers. And this is something to give you some, rejoice about. So what's your outcome now that this is cleared? I love it. Pulling some tarot for you. Definitely feels like a new solid. Oh, this is fabulous. I love it. So we have the Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. So in like rapid growth, once you get started on, putting an aspect of money to grow, whether that's savings or investing, a way for you to move forward with yourself, it grows rapidly, right? We went from a page to a queen, like lightning fast. So it feels like you're really going to be able to focus on that, but be abundant, and new growth will continue to happen. And you're really going to be inspired, and it feels like you're going to make some big impacts with your money, and you're going to be able to do some philanthropic work. I don't think it's something you really thought you would have the ability to do, but as your finances grow, as you continue to work through these blocks and the things that we cleared today, I know will definitely help you with this momentum. It's been really powerful work that I've been able to do with others. So I'm excited for you. It feels like it's shifting your habits and creating that healthy new routine with how you handle money and what that looks like. I'm definitely seeing that it's going to be coming in really quickly for you, and you're going to be able to run forward towards your dreams and your passions. And I see you making a lot of passive income that feels like maybe online courses or investing in real estate, or finding ways to create dividends and reoccurring income, passive income. And it's going to be the foothold, it's going to be the foundation that helps you build into this creativity that's really looking forward to coming out, where you can share the truth that you learn, the divine wisdom of the process, and you're going to be a testimony, a role model for people, that you're able to really face your fears and move through pain and shift the paradigm of lack consciousness and scarcity mindset that so many in society have been living in. You're going to lead the way as a way shower, as a spiritual leader. That's what it feels like, and that's so incredible. Like, thank you so much for all your contributions and what you're doing, because you are making a big difference. So please feel free to subscribe. I definitely love any comments or feedback. It's a new channel. I'm excited about it, and it's part of my purpose to be able to help people move through emotions and beliefs and coach and guide, because that's what makes me happy and brings me fulfillment, and also a way for me to serve. So thanks so much. I so appreciate you. Definitely hope this has been helpful for you, and that you see the tangible effects and differences in your lifetime reality. So you can find me, you can book a session with me, whether that's healing work or a reading. And I do personal readings, typically without cards. I'm doing cards for the channel. I'm a direct intuitive. I have all the layers that I've utilized. As I mentioned, I'm a spiritual guide and mentor. But fundamentally, I'm a leader. I'm a way shower myself. And I'd love to help you with your process. So take a look at thefocusedflow.as.me. Links will be below. So if you want to take a look on the channel page, if you'd like to donate or support me in any way, I'm super, super grateful, and you're going to be seeing me regularly. So Thanks so much for tuning in. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. I'm Chloe, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.